All right, welcome to 5 Minute Fridays. Today I'm gonna talk about why I left coaching to get into player development and found my life's work. Timer starts there. So in 2016, I was a high school coach, and this was my 6 year coaching. I was at my alma mater. I was the recruitment coordinator, and I'm at a point right now where I'm looking for to be an offensive coordinator. I was coaching receivers at the time, which was fun. Like fun because Coach Patrick McGinnis, shout out to Coach McGinnis, I needed a job. And he was like, I would play defense my whole life, played D-line. I coached defense my entire time coaching up to that point. He's like, if you want a job, you got to coach offense. And then I had to coach receivers. And one thing I enjoyed about coaching receivers was like a lot of receiver play and D-line play at the line of scrimmage is very similar. Let me stick to what I'm doing. Anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I know I want to get to a point. I want to be a head coach because my whole goal was I want to impact athletes. I got into coaching to impact athletes. So I was like, okay, for me to impact the entire program, I need to be a head coach. And so I actually applied for a job. I was at Hightower High School. I applied for a head coaching job at one of the schools in our district. And shout out to our athletic director at Fort Bend at the time, Philip O'Neill. He came and he sat down with me. He said, hey, coach, I don't know if you're prepared for this role, but let's talk about what you want to do. He sat down. I was in his office for about an hour and a half, and we went through different things I needed to be a head coach, and that was pretty cool. And so I was at that place where I was like, I want to impact athletes. Like this football stuff is great. I love football, love the scheme, love seeing athletes score, do different things, make plays. But I knew I wanted to run a program because I wanted to impact the lives of athletes. I had coaches that impacted me, and I worked with coaches that impacted other athletes. So here I am at the university, at Hightower High School. University of Houston comes, Tom Herman, Coach Tom Herman, and Coach Craig Niver come. And they're like, Niver hits me up. He's like, hey, I'm coming with Herm. We're gonna be at your school. So I'm sitting there, I'm doing a whole recruiting deal. Hey coach, here's the kids that you can get this class, whatever. And he says, hey, no, I want you. Like I'm here to interview you. So he interviews me on the spot in the field house. I literally had to go tell the defensive coaches in the defensive room, hey, I need this room. Like right now, please leave. Sorry. And they all left. Shout out to all of them. And so I go in there, we have a conversation. He's like, hey, I was talking about coach. He's like, you're not gonna coach. You're gonna take care of these players. If you want to coach, take care of the players. I'll see how good of a coach you can be by taking care of my players. So I was like, all right, bet. I'm not gonna coach. I'm gonna do this for a little bit. So I'm going there. I'm excited. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna do this player development job. And then I'm gonna be a position coach in 5 years. I'll be a head coach in 15 years because that's gonna help me do what? Impact an entire program. So I started doing the role. And what I start to realize is I start looking at Coach Herman and what he's doing as a head coach. He's doing a great job. But I'm like, man, a lot of this stuff is not close to players. He's doing a lot of program stuff, a lot of different things, a lot of administrative stuff, which is cool, but like, man, he's not around the players as much as I thought a head coach would want to be. And even if he wanted to be around them as much, it's just not available when you're the head coach of a program at collegiate level or recruiting, all this stuff. And so I'm starting to look back and I'm thinking like, man, I spend a lot of time with the players. So players are coming in my room. Coach Herman gave me 3 key deals to do, which actually became the pillars of Beyond the Field. He said, be there for the players, get them in the community, get them summer jobs. And so being there for the players, I was open door. They come in and talk to me, and I started building relationships with every player, spending time with them, getting to know them. And I just realized they were always in my office when we were road trips going for the game, wherever it be, or practice. All right, so I'm back. My mic's connected. The battery went down, so I still got a couple more minutes. I'm gonna give it to you. So, like I said, I was connected with the players, and what I realized over time in the role was everything that my goal was, or everything I wanted as my goal, which is to develop athletes and be there for them. And I thought I could be that from the head coach. I started realizing that I was the head coach off the field, like essentially, like Coach Herman did what every coach I worked for did what they did on the field. And I'm not saying I ran the program. What I'm saying is the responsibility of the entire program and helping players off the field fell under me. And so it looked like, essentially, there's things that I knew that coaches didn't know. There's things that I knew that different administrators didn't know. There's so much I knew. And it's funny, I was like, man, I was talking with my friends, like, man, I feel like I'm the head coach off the field. Like, he's like, would you want to get back and coach? Would you ever go back and be a high school head coach? So I feel like I'm doing everything I would want to do from the head coach's role off the field. So when I was at the University of Kansas, what was pretty cool, we had to do a radio show, and Coach Miles' radio show, weekly radio show. And he was like, Ed Jones, the guy, I can see his face, can't think of his name. Anyway, he was saying that Ed Jones they said, Ed Jones is going to talk to us next about player development. Coach Miles was like, Ed Jones is here? He was like, Ed Jones is like the head coach off the field. Like, he knows everything in our program. And I was like, that's had a realization of like, yes. And so that's why I turned in my coaching. I love coaching. I've been able to coach my daughter's flag football team. There's still football things. I watch games. I love that aspect of it. But for me, I always wanted to do it to impact athletes. And so I left coaching for player development and found my life's work. I'm still doing this player development stuff, even though I'm not with a team or with a program or organization, because it's my life's work. I love this. I don't know how long I'm gonna do this. Maybe one day I'll stop and be like, hey, that's enough content for you all. But I just love helping you all, getting this to people, because I know there's people like me who 10 years ago, I started this, didn't know what was going on, and found my life's work and needed the resources to continue to go on. So that's why I left coaching for player development. I love it, and I'm glad that you're watching this. Hopefully you love it. And there's the timer. You can get a signed copy of my book from me. This talks about all I did in player development. You get a signed copy from me. The link is in the show notes. Check out my newsletter, and we will see you all there. Also, if you're a head coach and you're like, man, this head coach off the field stuff sounds awesome, I have someone on my staff I want to create this opportunity for, then click the link in the show notes. It's the Beyond Framework Assessment. It will you will go through and assess where your program is as far as player development, and get with me. I'll get with you and we'll make it happen. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create generational impact today. I'll see y'all next week.